Wendy's Pretzel Bacon Pub Cheeseburger is back. A flavor spectacle of pretzel proportion. Featuring applewood smoked bacon and hot and juicy beef. It puts beer cheese on top of Munster cheese and a pretzel bun on top of all that. Simply put, Wendy's Pretzel Pub puts the EAT in greatness. Try one today and see for yourself. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's Pretzel Bacon Pub Cheeseburger.
For a limited time only at participating Wendy's.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. Pain in the Grass. Oh, yeah, it's back and back in a big way, baby.
Missed our 50th anniversary to celebrate Pain in the Grass with all the Rockaholics because things just weren't open yet. Now, 51st, so we decided not just one day, BJ, but 3 days of rock.
3 big days.
Hell, 4 if you include the kickoff party that's happening at the Moore Theater on Wednesday, August 31st with the Pretty Reckless and Aaron Jones. And Aaron will be part of Saturday's Pain in the Grass, too.
Yeah, it's a Labor Day weekend show. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. And like Steve said, man, these are, so many great local bands, so many traveling bands, and of course our massive headliners.
Oh, Incubus, Sublime with Rome on Friday, September 2nd. September 3rd, you got Alice in Chains, Breaking Benjamin, and Bush. And then on Sunday, September 4th, Sammy Hagar, George Thornton, the Destroyers, Queensryche, and the Glorious Sons.
Yeah, Glorious Sons, man. That is going to be an awesome show. You want tickets? All right, Ticketmaster, that's where you go. Would you like to be part of the BJ and Migs party? We got our own little area, hang out, give you a beverage, give you a little treats, little snack, little snacks. And who knows, maybe also some swag. This party's it's a fun thing. We always like to hang out with folks that are at the party just to be able to talk and chat and have a beverage. And a limited number of those tickets are available. So if you want to be part of the BJ and Migs party, you want to get any more information about Pain in the Grass, go to KISW.com.
Let's play Beat Migs. It's time to play the game. Yeah. So everybody scream his name. Beat Migs. Don't be a loser. Whoa. Beat Migs. You're a loser.
It is time for Beat Migs. And it's time to turn down for Julio Gulio.
Charge down for what? Home run, Julio Rodriguez.
And tonight it's the J-Rod squad night, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, J-Rod squad.
You get a Mariners shirt that has a fake, obviously, like it's printed on the shirt, a gold chain that says the J-Rod Show.
It looks cool.
Yeah, so it's like, I think there's a limited number, but $25 for the ticket and the shirt, which is a great deal.
That's amazing.
Tonight and tomorrow.
Yeah.
I like how they're doing stuff on the day that we designated as Julio Gulio Day.
They listen. They listen.
They still haven't really caught on to Julio Gulio yet, but
it's probably not going to happen.
Julio tries to play beat Migs so many times, but he doesn't have the energy in the morning. So we're just like, dude, we got to move on, take the next caller.
Yep. Sorry about that, Julio. But we do got TJ in Tacoma. TJ, are you there?
Yep.
Excellent. All right, Steve, get out of here.
Goodbye.
For those playing at home, TJ will have 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. TJ, you can pass all you want, but you will only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Yep.
Which Misery star also portrayed the mother of Adam Sandler's character in The Waterboy?
The Office. The boss lady. Oh, what's her name? Oh, Kathy Bates?
Yes. Nice. What color nose does Stimpy have on the Ren and Stimpy show?
Red?
No.
Pink?
No.
Blue?
Yes. When it comes to beer, what does IPA stand for?
India Pale Ale?
Yes. How many feet high is the crossbar on a standard football goalpost?
10.
Yes. What 2 beverages make up an Arnold Palmer?
Iced tea and lemonade.
Yes. Which actor played the title character in the 2022 movie Morbius?
Who? Jared Leto.
Yes. What Shakespeare play begins with a meeting of the Weird Sisters?
Romeo and Juliet.
No.
Macbeth.
Yes. 1984 is When Doves Cry was the first number one Billboard hit for which artist?
Prince.
Yeah.
The artist formerly known as.
No, Prince. You said it right the first time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Correct.
All right, not a bad score. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I think there's a couple there that Steve will not get.
Looking forward to this one. I might have to get something ready.
Oh, you're going to jinx yourself, though, if you get the song ready, man.
We'll see, buddy. We'll see.
Yeah, we will see.
You must have not got to a couple.
Because guess who's back in here?
It's me.
It's you. It's Steve.
That's right.
Are you ready?
Oh, yeah!
Which Misery star also portrayed the mother of Adam Sandler's character in The Waterboy?
Kathy Bates.
Yes. What color nose does Stimpy have in the Ren and Stimpy show?
Blue?
Yes.
Nice.
When it comes to beer, what does IPA stand for?
Indian Pale Ale.
What?
Indian Pale Ale?
No.
India Pale Ale.
Yes. How many feet high is the crossbar on a standard football goalpost?
6.
No.
9.
No.
10.
Yes.
Hey.
What do beverages make up in Arnold Palmer?
Lemonade and iced tea.
Yes. Which actor played the title character in the 2022 movie Morbius?
Lawrence Fishburne.
No. Oh, that was Morpheus.
Oh. Jared Leto.
Yes. What Shakespeare play begins with the meeting of the Weird Sisters?
Hamlet.
No.
Macbeth.
Yes.
Nice.
1984 is When Doves Cry was the first number one Billboard hit for which artist?
Prince.
Yes. What are electrically charged atoms called?
Super Atoms.
No.
Electro Atoms.
No.
Black Adam.
No. Wow. And guess what? It's a tie. 8-8. Good job.
Oh, man.
No one's happy with this one.
Well, I should have paid attention.
Would you have gotten Mobius if Rev didn't tell you said that was Morpheus? I wonder, or would you just kept going down the Morpheus road? I wonder.
I don't know. I don't know how my brain
because
works.
of it, Rev. You helped him, you bum.
I didn't help
I don't
anybody.
think he helped me.
I said it was Morpheus. I was asking for the Morbius actor. He still had to get Jared Leto out of it.
I know, but he would have kept thinking Morpheus and would have gone with anybody from the
maybe.
I was being a wise ass.
Yeah, and maybe he would have grown rabbit ears at some point. Whatever.
Oh, you would have grown rabbit ears, then I would have definitely been a winner.
Well, that'll make more sense because I just grew rabbit feet, so I'm so lucky.
So lucky.
I'm happy, TJ, that you got the tie. There's no song from Steve because of it, so thank you, brother.
Yep. Thanks, guys. Good game, Steve.
You
Go
too.
Mariners.
Hell yeah, go Mariners.
Go get that T-shirt today.
Time to fight.
Oh, yeah,
Dude.
yeah. Maybe they'll get in a fight.
You know, I was reading Larry Stone's article today about that, and the amount of hopefully they get to stagger those suspensions because we're already down Kyle Lewis and Mitch Haniger and Ty France.
Yeah.
I mean, we really do have a good team, but they're all a lot of them are injured, and so we got a lot of guys that probably. Larry said, you know what, it will look like a minor league team. It looked like a spring training game when we have to field after
So it
suspensions.
look like the Mariners every year.
I know. Yeah. It's like
Just for that completion issues, what was the Adam one?
okay. So yeah, the electrically charged atoms are called
Electrons.
protons. No,
Neutrons.
No.
Oh, they're not?
No.
Larry Neutron.
No, they're called ions.
Oh yeah, I know.
Ions.
Mother of pearl.
Whoa, okay there.
All right, fine.
Well, congrats on your tie.
Did you see Jesse Winker got a standing ovation from the fans though yesterday?
Of course he did.
I thought that was awesome. He's probably like, what the hell? I mean, all I had to do was fight somebody to get you guys to love me? Because he hasn't been much of a success story here with this being his first year with the Seattle Mariners. I don't think fans haven't turned on him. No one's booing him. But I think people expected more out of him.
Yeah, and I mean, he was starting to turn it up a little bit, so him getting suspended is tough because I think he's actually had a couple of decent games recently.
Yes, he has been playing better.
Yeah, and but a lot, again, a lot has to be said. I mean, look, we make excuses all the time, but usually when you have better players in the lineup, it makes everybody better because then what happens is that pitchers can't just pitch around you and give you crap to get to who they believe the weaker hitters are if you've got better hitters in the lineup. And there's 3 big guys out of the lineup right now, and it's just tough. They only got 3 hits last night. It was tough.
Oh man, excuses. Screw it. Refuse to excuse. Let's do it.
Refuse to excuse.
Ooh,
Yes.
good one.
Yes.
Good one.
Well, then you know what? You're not going to refuse to lose if you refuse to excuse. You gotta make peace with this, man.
No, man, no. No excuses. I don't care who's out there on the field. We win.
Okay,
If I was the coach.
What happened last night?
That was an anomaly. Well, we're going to change it around.
Okay. But I think that sounds like an excuse, but if you refuse to excuse, I don't know what to tell you.
Well, then, all right, ask me that again. What happened?
Ask me that again. What happened last night, Coach?
We lost. No excuses. Let's keep going.
All right. Boy, you know what? These are going to be great press conferences. I appreciate this. Boy, I'd like you to be the manager for a day. I think Scott Service would too.
Yeah, I would
just like
love that.
I got Steve. He's going to speak for us for why we lost.
That would be the most infuriating thing for all those players if all of a sudden I was the manager. Because I'd just be like, I don't know. What do you want me to do, Coach? Hit the ball and run really fast.
Yeah, hit the ball and run really fast.
Or
Come
get
on.
hit by the ball.
Right.
Yeah.
Guys, you need to catch them balls faster and quicker.
Catch them balls, baby.
Throw harder.
Oh,
I'm going to tell you, though, man, I am going to tell you this. I know we say wait till next year, but if you're a fast guy, if you're a fast guy, like you're not a home run hitter, but you're a guy that's fast, no shift allows you to hit the ball places where they ain't, and your speed will get you to first base before they can get there. But when there's a shift, you're hitting balls where basically they don't have to play on the side of the field. So that, you don't have that great shortstop that had the range that could go up behind second base and maybe rob you of a hit. They don't have to worry about that anymore. You never see guys like Ozzie Smith. It doesn't matter because they all shift in a position where, so your speed means nothing because you're not hitting it where they're not, because they're all where because of the shift. And they're changing that next year. I think you're going to see a lot of speed be a thing, and I think that would benefit the Mariners so much with the kind of park that we have.
That's
I
great,
really
but
do.
we're not even an all-star break. I'm not ready for the wait till next year.
I know,
mentality.
but it's so sad to me to think that, this. I wish they changed it this year, man. All right, because, Aaron Judge, I'm the guy that hits home runs all the time. Okay, Aaron, but what would you be if there was no shift? There'd be a lot of other better players, so I'm kind of pissed. I take it personally. Sorry. Okay, so let's tell you this. If you have something you'd like to talk about besides me waiting till next year, all right, sure, opportunity. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. It is time for Listeners on the Loose. We're going to take your calls. We're going to take your texts at 917 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. It's Listeners on the Loose. Brought to you by Beacon Plumbing, Heating, Septic, and Mechanical. Listeners on the Loose, where you pick the topic, you guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Yes, you will be speaking on the radio, but you better do it Steve's way.
And that's to show some energy and bring it, BJ. Otherwise, we're going to have to gong you. And then say goodbye.
Goodbye, old friend.
206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999.
So did you guys see the supposed Seahawks leak on the store site? They had a Baker Mayfield jersey, number 6 jersey. Any thoughts on this? Would you rather have Baker or Jimmy G? I did see it was a Photoshop thing, and they actually, a few people come out and said it was totally just shot down because, also Quandre Diggs is number 6 for the Seahawks as it is right now. So somebody took that, photoshopped it, put a screenshot saying, look what was accidentally leaked out there. Because that's how, that would be funny though if that's how a trade got announced by accident, is that they screwed up the team shop thing.
Yeah. So Jimmy G, I want to be excited for either one of them, and I'm not.
I don't care either. I'm okay with either of them. I know that some people are all upset about they don't want to have Baker Mayfield for whatever reason. I think he's awesome. He takes pictures with tigers, and that's all that matters. So.
I know that's why you like him.
Yeah. Jimmy Garoppolo, he's not the greatest quarterback in the world, but he also helped that team go to a Super Bowl, and he's won many games with them. I know he's not the reason, but he's part of the reason. You can't have an ass quarterback and still go that far.
Yeah, I feel like
it's a good point,
right?
But we want to pay ass quarterback money. That's the problem.
Yes. So hopefully, whoever's the cheaper of the two is the best option.
That's why
it's
Drew
not
Lock
my money. I don't care. Back the truck up for all I care.
I might be locked on lock. I don't know. What are we paying that guy? Whoever.
I think Subway subs. I think.
Yeah, we're not paying Geno Smith a lot of money. I'm willing to give somebody a try because I just don't think the offense is where. We'll see. I don't
think the offense is going to be bad with a decent quarterback. You have a couple, great wide receivers. Hopefully the running game will be okay if what was it, Rashad Penny doesn't get injured, and also the kid that they just drafted is supposedly pretty good.
Yeah.
So you got that going on right there. I mean, you got a couple good tight ends. There's really nothing wrong with the offense other than the quarterback right now.
Well, don't forget, though,
the offensive line.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying.
But you have a couple young studs that are coming. I mean, granted, it's rare that a rookie offensive lineman is a game changer, but they're going to be probably better than what we've been dealing with over the years.
You really sound like me when I'm talking about the Mariners every March. You really do.
I honestly think with a decent quarterback, I don't know.
Wow. All right. In our
playoffs,
division,
baby, playoffs.
Yes.
Let's do it.
In our division, you think that stuff?
I want to put money on it, just because I'm bad. I'm bad with my money.
Wow, you're willing to put money on the fact that the Hawks are going to go to the playoffs with the Cardinals and the Rams in our division
if they get a better quarterback,
a better
than what we have right now.
If they get Jimmy G or if they get Baker Mayfield, you're thinking
I'm willing to put $5 on it.
$5. Wow, you're putting your big money on there. I'll take that $5. I'll take that bet right now in a heartbeat.
Nice.
Oh, look at you guys. It's done.
You want to go up high? We could go up a little higher if you want 10.
Whoa.
I'll take that bet right now. You go as high as you want. You go as high as you want, sir, because we will not make the playoffs this year.
All right, $10
and I hope I'm wrong.
50 cents.
I hope I'm wrong. Now, if we turn around, now again, it's contingent on them getting either Baker or Jimmy. But if they all of a sudden get another quarterback that is really amazing, I mean, all bets are off.
Oh, so it has to be one or the other.
Yeah, it's like, so the only two I know about. I mean, if it turns out we were to get, I don't know. I mean, I would have even liked to get, and I'm blanking on his name, the guy that plays, who just went back to the Panthers. Can't think of his name. Played for the Patriots last year. The quarterback.
Cam Newton?
Cam Newton? Yeah.
I wouldn't put the bet. I wouldn't make that bet if it was Cam Newton.
I like Cam Newton. I know he's good. I feel like he would.
Him. I mean, I'd invite him over for lunch, but I don't want him as a quarterback.
Really? I
think his best years are way gone.
Well, if you think his best years are way gone, I feel the same way about Garoppolo and, well, Baker. It's hard to talk about because he is relatively young. I just don't know. I don't know injury-wise what he's got going. I just don't know what he's got going on injury-wise.
Well, the shoulder, but it's supposedly better.
Yeah, I think aren't Garoppolo and Newton around the same age, pretty much?
No, I think Newton might be older. I could be wrong, but
is he?
Garoppolo's early 30s.
Wow, I really thought that they came around the same time. All right.
Cam Newton's only 33. Jeez, man. I guess just because he's been a starter for so long, I just assumed he was like 38.
Yeah, that's why I figure, I mean, if I had a chance at Cam Newton, I'd take him over Garoppolo.
Garoppolo's 30.
All right. I mean, granted, 3 years is a lot in football. It is.
And let's not forget, he didn't really take many hits or many snaps when he was Tom Brady's backup.
Yeah. Well, you know what? We'll see. We'll see what happens, man.
As someone who had to suffer through a year of Cam Newton as their quarterback, let me tell you, the man never learned to throw a football. He was really good when he could run, and then he couldn't run anymore, and that was his career.
All right, I take that bet back. I don't want Cam Newton.
Don't forget, though, you're playing the AFC West, too. 10 out of the 17 games against the West teams. Good luck with that. Go Chiefs.
Oh, okay.
That person says, who do you think's going to have a better record, the Hawks or the Broncos? Oh, man, I hope the Hawks
how do you not put the Broncos on that list? I mean, they should be a better team than the Hawks.
They should be, but wouldn't it be great if they weren't?
That'd be amazing.
Yeah,
That's right.
You're right, Steve. I mean, there's a lot going on. See, to me, defensively is what's going to make me wonder about this team. I just want to know. I feel like defensively that's what's going to keep us in games. And if Rashad Penny is healthy, and if they can open up lanes for this guy, that is the other thing. Do we have the kind of personnel that can do that for him?
There's a lot of massive ifs, but I mean, also like you throw in the massive if of a better coaching staff when it comes to the defense. They're not going to be predictable. You have some new young guys that they just drafted, and you have hopefully a Jamal Adams that's being used properly and that's healthy.
You got a lot of hope, brother.
I do. It's a massive.
Really do.
It's a massive what if. But if everything falls into place, BJ, I'm $10.50 richer.
Yeah. Well, where'd the 50 cents come from?
Because that was the maximum amount he was going to go for.
Yeah, you said go as high as you want. I said $10.50.
Oh, I totally missed that. Wow. That 50 cents. I probably just I don't hear things like 50 cents. Oh, you got to go. $50 is where I go.
When you had a net worth of $30 billion, of course you're not going.
Well, we don't know what my net worth is today. I'm down to $1 million, or was I at 800,000 before? I mean, I'm really falling fast.
That's
from 16 million to 800,000 or something.
We need like a daily segment of just checking in on PJ's money.
I mean, I've lost all my money because of whatever's going on.
No, buddy. BJ Shea's net worth is right now $12 million.
Jeez, how am I getting all this money?
I don't know, man.
What happened?
But yeah.
Yesterday I was like, what, under $1 million? What happened? All right.
Did you
12
return
million,
something on Amazon or something?
I might have been what it is. You're right, Vicky. I did. I went to Kohl's and brought back the green screen thing that didn't work.
Do you have like one Bitcoin that you just didn't even realize and it's just going up and down and everything?
Wouldn't that be great if that's true, Rev, and it's just locked away on a hard drive I can't get to?
That would suck.
Yeah.
What if are you making other $10.50 bets to other people and winning them?
It could very well be. You know what? You don't know who I'm betting with. You don't know what's going on, but now I'm a $12 million man again. I feel good about life. Ooh, I was feeling like I was in the gutter for a while, but back up to 12 million. That's exciting.
So it's like Cam Newton. Come on, BJ.
Yeah, I told you I retracted that station after I consulted my expert who was rooting for the Patriots last year.
That's a good point.
Yeah. I still think Jimmy Garoppolo or Baker Mayfield, I'm not high on either one of those guys either.
I'm not saying they're the answer to all of our questions, but I think they're a massive step up from what they're working with right now.
I really want to see what Drew Lock does.
I do too.
Especially against the Broncos. He's got to play that first game of the season. He has to.
I'm with you. I would love to see the incredible success story, the underdog finally getting, the second chance that you always love to hear about in anybody. But man, you want to put a whole season on that when you have options like Garoppolo and Mayfield who are on paper and also visually in games have been better quarterbacks.
You think because you think we're going to go somewhere. I want a draft pick. I want a draft pick. I want the worst season possible so that we'll get more draft picks. I don't want us to have a mediocre season.
But it's going to be mediocre. So in my opinion, like with Pete Carroll, he's not going to do what it takes to tank. It's not like this is the Miami Dolphins.
That's what I know. That's why I don't want these two guys to come to us so that we have to go with Drew or Geno, which either they're going to surprise us or we're going to get a nice draft pick.
If we really want to tank it, we get rid of Pete and bring back Jim Mora Jr.
That would the NFL would investigate us at that point.
It's clear you guys are trying to lose.
Yeah, that would be a massive investigation. It is Listeners on the Loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. More of your calls and texts at 933 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
Earth Justice is a national legal nonprofit defending the environment and people's health. Until justice stands for all, our lawyers will never rest. More at earthjustice.org/neverrest. Earth Justice, because the earth needs a good lawyer.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. It's Listeners on the Loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999.
Earlier we were talking about that woman that showed a cassette to her 10-year-old daughter, and the daughter's like, what the hell is this artifact? And it was made us all feel old. Well, somebody said, yeah, you want to feel really old? Try explaining a manual window handle in a car to an 8-year-old. My husband's older car doesn't have any power accessories, manual windows, locks, seat adjustment. My 8-year-old niece was beyond confused. Well, then don't go into a Jeep Wrangler, because a lot of the Jeep Wranglers don't have anything power in them either.
Really?
Yeah, my Jeep Wrangler didn't have power windows, power locks, because you can remove the doors. So I think
that makes sense. Okay, yeah.
I remember riding in that. I was like, Steve, you got to figure this out.
What are you talking about? That's just part of the Wrangler experience, bro.
Yeah, you got to use your muscles. Crank that down.
I'm like, dude, you know what? Your next car cannot be this. I remember just looking at you going, I know you're all, off-roading Billy, but no.
Off-roading Billy. I mean, my idea of off-roading is getting on my driveway and get into my garage.
Exactly. That's like, what do you need this for? What do you need a car that has removable doors for?
Who cares? I like those cars.
I know. That's what I was telling you.
Sorry, not all of us have a $12 million net worth. And all the Teslas.
Yes, it does cost you $12 million to buy a car with power windows. You're right, Steve. I forgot what a luxury item that is.
Thank you.
My apologies for rich-splaining you on this.
I'm glad that you finally came to terms with the fact that you're being inappropriate.
Ooh, wow, power seats. I guess I'm going to have to break the bank for those.
Dude, I didn't have even a power locks on that thing. I was like, the only time I was like, what if I get chased by some kind of crazy carjacker person? I'd have to really be good at sticking that key in the hole.
Excuse me?
Running?
Yeah, see, that's,
Did you ever practice? Okay, yeah.
Of course. Of course.
I did. Yeah.
I'd have it down pat.
Yeah. Well,
no power seats either.
Yeah. One thing I appreciate about your wife is I knew the next vehicle, once the baby was coming, was not going to be a Jeep Wrangler.
Oh, I would have done the 4-door Jeep Wrangler if it wasn't going to be like such a financial burden.
Oh, you would have gone for it. And does that have power stuff?
I'm sure if I wanted it. I mean, I don't know.
Okay, yeah, you know what? When you got a baby in one hand and you got to sit there and manipulate all that, when you can't put the windows down yourself in the back or lock.
Dude, you're right about that because now, like, if like my wife rolls down her window, I hear in the back in the peanut gallery, it's like daddy window because she's basically mom's mini me. So if mom did it, now she needs her window down for no reason, just because mom did it. And if it goes back up, daddy window. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, okay, there's your job.
So I got to reach over as I'm driving and
that would be perfect.
I'm kidding. I have power windows now.
Yeah. Hey, you're a power window guy. Look at you. You hit the lottery.
I know, man. Lap of luxury.
Look at you living the dream.
Those Bitcoins came through rough.
206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. It's listeners on the loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show.
Someone said, talking about, hey, I had Billy Joel, the piano player, tell me to F off once when I was a kid asking for an autograph. Someone said, hey, Billy Joe from Green Day told me to F off at Enfest back in like 96 or 97 when I asked him for an autograph.
Oh, wow.
Look at that. So all Zach Greinke, the pitcher for the Kansas City Royals, is just channeling as Billy Joel and Billy Joe by taking that kid's ball that wanted an autograph and just throwing it as hard as he could way out of the distance, man.
What the
Yeah. In all fairness, and every story says, and I've been guilty of it, it's funny when you say, like, I feel like it's different that it was a teenager that he did it to as opposed to a child. I know kid means a teen as well. I mean, you're a kid as a teen, but when I read the headline originally, I saw Zach Greinke throws a ball from a kid that wanted an autograph. I'm like, that's a douche move. But for some reason, it feels less douchey that it was a teenager.
You're going to have to figure this out because you're still okay with teenagers trick-or-treating. But you're kind of like, it wouldn't have been okay if it was a little kid, but it would be all right. It's all right if it's a teenager that Zach Greinke pulled this move.
I don't feel like the two are very connected, to be honest.
Well, because I think only little kids should trick or treat, just like you feel like a little kid shouldn't be treated that way. And I feel like, yes, because they're a little kid, they should get the trick or treat. They should get their ball signed. But, as a teenager, you know what? Zach Greinke throws the ball away. You don't get candy. I feel like it all goes together. Because you're too old for me to care about.
Can we get a diagram of where your mind goes with these kind of comparisons? I don't feel like they're the same thing. I really thought that made
a lot of sense. It's like, you feel like that the little kid should be treated better because he's a little kid. And I feel like, trick or treats for little kids and they should be treated special.
No, I heard you the first 3 times. I mean, it's still.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like, so you don't see the connection, huh?
Not really, no.
All right, well, fair enough then. You know what? Then throw all your balls you want.
I will.
Throw all the balls you want, Steve Greinke. Do what you want. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. It is listeners on the loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show.
Someone said, do you guys remember party lines? When I was a kid, we had a party line that 10 people could share the same phone line.
Isn't that bizarre?
Yep.
Weren't they they were like 900 numbers too that were party lines where it's like you could join in on the party.
Yeah, those are usually the sexy party lines.
Were they? I never understood that whole thing.
It would be, you would get like the first 5 minutes free on your phone and not from experience or anything like that. But then after that, they would charge you by the minute. But if you'd use different phone lines, say maybe your job had a bunch of different phone lines, you could use those and just kind of go through and hook up with chicks that way.
Yeah, and that's different than the old school party lines that I'm thinking from the 60s and 50s where I don't know if it was cheaper to basically share a phone line with somebody so that, because you figure, back then, how many people are using the phone? The way we do today. So therefore, and again, this is even before my time, but I think that people shared lines and that was called a party line.
Yep. It was, had a discount over the service is what it's saying on the Wikipedias.
There you go. So that was the original party line.
How crazy is that?
Yeah. That you would pick up the phone and go, oh, Jimmy's on there. Okay. I can't use the phone yet.
It's also crazy to think, do you have to explain to someone nowadays that there was once a thing called long distance? Where you had to pay more to talk to somebody in New York or California, as opposed to now where it doesn't matter what your area code is, your cell phone, it's the same price. It's unlimited.
Which is, it is crazy to think that it would cost so much and somehow cell phones again, we do pay a lot for cell phones, so our long distance should be free.
We used to pay more, though. I mean, you used to pay by the text.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they knew what was up.
That screwed me hard a couple of times when I was interning because I had just a little thing. I had just a quick little Virgin mobile phone, and I tried to text, be like, I'm not in. And it's like, I never got those texts. I'm like, oh, I'll stop texting then.
Yeah,
I don't know how it works.
Imagine getting into sexting at that time and be like, "Ooh, what are you wearing?" And then oh crap, I've run out of text messages. I can't respond.
That's when you have to go back to MSN Messenger or AIM.
Oh my god!
Oh gosh, yeah, AIM.
Yep.
Oh, Yahoo Messenger?
Yeah, or ICQ.
Oh yeah.
This is insane that all these things are gone now.
Yeah, we had when we first started our show, on the Buzz, we had Yahoo. We had a Yahoo group. Yahoo groups were a thing.
Oh yeah, like the forums and stuff like that.
I just had to go back to the party line one though, because there was ones I remember when I was watched as a kid, they'd be the 900. I was call in, you can talk to other random people. I'm that doesn't sound like fun.
No.
All of a sudden you call in, and it's other people who have no one else to talk to other than complete strangers. What the hell are you guys talking about?
There's nobody on the other end of the line that looks like the person that's telling you to call in.
Right.
Yeah, they're nowhere near as exciting or fun either.
And what kind of party are you having on the phone? What are you guys doing? Sitting here talking to you. No way.
Whoa, me too. We're all being lonely together.
Are you wearing your pants? No, me too.
Whoa, sweet. What a party. Yeah. And they got my money, didn't they?
Yep.
Never got mine. I did do a 900 line once, and my mom found out, and that never happened again.
That's the problem when you're home, is you really can't. Yeah, it's tough to hide those.
Yes.
Or hard those.
Hard them, yes.
Not that tough to hide them, but it is tough to hide them. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. It is Listeners on the Loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show.
Somebody said, how epic would it be, though, if we ended up with some of the top picks in the next year's draft because the Hawks were who we thought they were going to be, and Russ doesn't ride, and they get bucked instead.
Yeah, man.
Buck. Yeah, that's cool.
I am. Look, I'm calling this a transition year and a rebuilding. That's what I'm putting in my brain. If the Seahawks don't want to admit it, or if somehow they actually aren't and they can be competitive, I just look at it this way. I'm kind of the guy now where it's I know we're not going to the Super Bowl, so I don't care. Let's build up a great team. Let's take a couple of years and build up a great team.
But what if they get 2 top 5 picks just by some crazy thing? Do you take 2 quarterbacks and see which one does better, and then trade the other one?
Boy, yeah, that's it's a tough
because it's supposed to be 2 or 3 good quarterbacks in this year's draft. It's supposed to be a quarterback friendly draft.
You.
So grab a couple of them, screw it, and see which one's better, and then get rid of the other one.
Well, and hey, you could always trade the other one. Maybe get more draft picks.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
always compete.
Yeah, I like the plan of being able to.
That's
get
why I'm not a general manager
next year. Oh, is that why you're not GM?
I'd be a terrible general manager.
I don't know. You have such great ideas.
I'm the worst. But you know what? Not as if then they've done anything better in the first round, typically.
Well, yeah, but if you could do what they've done outside of the first round,
that's true.
They've had some good luck there. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. It is Listeners on the Loose with Steve, your new GM of the Seattle Seahawks.
With the first pick.
Yeah. Steve takes
Tatum.
Oh, really? Your own kid?
Yeah. Isn't there a good signing bonus for a first-round pick? I need to pad my wallet.
There we go.
Thought about
Nepotism
that,
there.
So when they do the live cut-in to check the general managers during the draft, I'm just imagining it's Steve in a room full of magicians.
Oh, I imagine him just sleeping, just sitting there, just nodding off, just waiting.
I treat it like my fantasy football drafts. I'd be like, just auto pick. Just auto pick. Whoever's the next best thing.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's what we do. That's how we would do it. I mean, you know what? He doesn't know anything about poker, and he got to the final table, so maybe this will get him to the Super Bowl. Who knows? He does have that Steve luck.
Yeah.
So. Somebody said I got into sexting when I was still on my parents' plan with unlimited text because I didn't want to pay for after, I guess he had a $300 bill one time because of his texting.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Whoops. All right, we got a big question that has to be answered right now. Big question right here. What do Ryan Castle and a mayor have in common? You're going to find out at 9:50 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW. And now, the Ryan Castle question of the day.
What do Ryan Castle and a mayor have in common?
You know, I've lived all over these great United States, BJ, and traveled some. I actually have a favorite mayor.
Oh,
and that,
really?
of course, is Mayor McCheese.
Boom. Represent.
Nice.
Rest in peace, Seattle Center McDonald's.
That's right.
I know.
I just found that out.
Is it gone?
Yeah, I did not know that on Saturday when I was like craving French fries and a big ass Diet Coke.
It's been gone for a few weeks. Anytime I rolled in here with a bag full of breakfast burritos and Egg McMuffins, they came from that place. And I actually swung by there a few weeks ago on my way in, and it was closed.
I
didn't say anything because I didn't want to go, hey, I stopped to get you breakfast, but I'm empty-handed.
Yeah, that was nice of you. I was devastated when I saw that. It's like, and that was the moment where I'm like, this city's changed.
Exactly. Where's all the fast food in this city? There's none.
You got to go to Soda.
Okay.
Yeah. But if you need a new condo, give it a couple years. I'm sure.
Right. Okay.
What the hell's happening to me?
Old guy.
Right? I miss the old Seattle. This new Seattle sucks. There's no McDonald's across the Space Needle.
See that? Yep. How about this mayor in Australia spent some time last Thursday talking to the families of drunk driving victims, which is a very nice thing to do.
Oh, no.
And then about an hour later, she drunkenly crashed her car into a tree.
There you go.
Yeah. And she told the family she was committed to making the road safer. Well, I mean...
Not for trees.
Yeah, I guess not. Ryan Castle, he's making your ears safer. He's got a 12-pack.
BJ and Migs play of the day.
It's case by case, but I think nicknames still happen.
Oh yeah, for a long time I didn't know most of my uncles' names because they all had nicknames. There's just so many different animal nicknames or just random nicknames. Like my dad's nickname was El Güero, which means blondie because he had blonde hair when he was a kid.
What's tiger in Spanish?
Tigre.
Tigre.
Really? That's your nickname? You don't give yourself a nickname.
I want to be Stigre.
Stigre! Yeah, see,
oh, that's amazing.
We pick the nickname. You don't give yourself
too late.
the nickname.
I'm Stigre.
BJ and Migs mornings on The Rock 99.9 KISW.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. I have lots of tickets that I haven't paid. Can those be discharged through a bankruptcy?
Yes, there are some limits on what we can do with tickets. Tickets cannot be discharged in a full bankruptcy. In a Chapter 7 case, that won't help you get your license back. But in Chapter 13 reorganization, tickets are dischargeable. Most types of tickets are dischargeable. So you would have to pay back some of the tickets in a Chapter 13 case, but the vast majority of them could be discharged if you complete the plan. And again, you would get your license back right away when you filed the Chapter 13 case, as long as the only reason you don't have your license is because of failure to pay your tickets. But the Chapter 13 process will help you get your license back and repay a small portion of your tickets in most cases, and get your license reinstated almost immediately.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com.
When it's time for an adventure on the open highway, one quick call to American Family Insurance gets you headed in the right direction. Our travel peace of mind package is there if you encounter a bump in the road. From roadside assistance to rental car coverage, we have you covered. Find a local agent or get a quote at amfam.com.
American Family Insurance.
American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.